Yep. Welcome back. It is Just Off the Plate, episode 62, and we still can't start on time. That is Armando. My name is Cody. We are live on a Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. The rain has kept us from playing ball tonight, but it will not keep us from talking about baseball. Would you agree with that, sir?
I would. What the fuck, man? I thought this was gonna be some crazy ass fucking monsoon. I was gonna have to buy a life jacket, maybe a fucking raft and shit. What was the hoopla all about? Maybe I was,
People just nervous.
I guess, right? Is that what it is?
Although we have one more day of rain, so.
Allegedly. I mean, we're just making it seem like 8:30ish. That's right, sir. I mean, that's right, Jordan.
We're just off the plate time.
What's up, Serge? We got Serge, we got Jordan, we got Pedro.
I know you guys are anxiously waiting.
Ready to talk some shit. That's what we're gonna do, right?
Yeah, right. Since we can't play baseball, we can sure as hell talk about it, and we got a lot to talk about.
We got a shitload to talk about. What's up, Rhino? I said if you don't come to the show, we're gonna talk shit about you.
That's it. The central theme of tonight: the playoffs are established.
Exactly, man.
The teams are in. Who's it gonna be?
What's up, Joe? Yeah, man. I mean, it's
some teams got in, some teams didn't.
That's the name of the game.
All right.
That's the name of the game. No fucking, hey, it was like Tuesday night, so maybe we should play an extra 15 fucking minutes because there's a runner on third, and then there's a guy on first, and the guy on first is one hit away from going 300. Then we got to play more. No, none of that shit. It stops at 2 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Done.
That's
Okay.
it.
No extra details. You heard him.
No extra. That's it. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. What's up, Kyle? Closer to closest to 8:30. Yeah. What's up, David?
Kyle, we missed you on Saturday.
Heck yeah, Kyle.
Or you missed us. Whichever way you want to look at it.
It was a good game, man.
It was a good game. You didn't miss the heat. That's for damn sure.
Fucking hot, man.
But it was a good game.
It was a good game. Everybody, I think, is amped up for the playoffs. It's
and why not? I mean, that's why we're here, right?
That's what I'm saying, man. We play all season for the playoffs. That's what you're here for. You're here to. And there was a lot of good, close games. A lot of walk-offs. I think there was, if I remember right, I think there was two walk-off games. So you got people coming in clutch, man.
In those do or die scenarios, you just never know.
You don't, man. You don't. And I think that's what's awesome, man. Because here we are, amateur baseball players doing the same shit that MLB guys do. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we come in clutch too. Shit, we could fucking barehand a fucking ball. We could fucking slide in and throw the ball.
We can do that.
We could do all of that shit.
Just because we can do it doesn't mean we should be in the MLB. But hey,
100%,
we can do it, right?
100%. This is our men's league baseball. This is our own MLB.
Some people feel that way.
Shit. He said he was in Austin getting fucked up. Don't even want to talk about it. Our outfielder killed us, and I think y'all know who I'm talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about, Kyle.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes stolen property is not always good. But yeah, man. I mean, I think I think this season finally we got
leave that alone. Done with that.
And I think the other thing too is like we don't have any. We got one makeup game, but the makeup game doesn't mean anything.
Right, like a scrimmage.
It's basically a scrimmage. Yeah, I mean, other than maybe some stats might change a little bit if you're. I don't remember if any of those guys are any kind of leaderboard where it would shift them up or down. But
some of them might be. Those that live far away, you got to wonder, are they going to make the drive to try and increase their stats on a game that doesn't matter?
Yes. We got some that live very, very far. Very, very far. But
what else are you going to do on a Saturday morning, right?
I mean, it's Memorial Weekend, right?
That's true. So, maybe the game doesn't even get played.
I'm thinking about that too. So if you guys,
I love it. I'm hanging on. I love it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Play to win, right?
I said, Dom, you just, hey, so you're saying there's still a chance.
Yeah, get the W and then go back to the standings and see where you fit in.
Yeah, see where you fit in. Like and all, at this point too, what you're doing is moving your way up or down on the fuck it, what do you call it? The draft, right?
The draft order. Yeah, definitely don't want to get cheated there.
Yeah. My case mean a lot. Yeah, I mean, if you got a good average, maybe you just sit this one out.
Maintain it.
Maintain it, man. I mean, why not? Why not miss it? I mean, but I mean, at the same time, man, it's yeah, you're right. I was kind of thinking that myself. I was like, man, there's a chance they may not want to play it. And they might say, hey, whatever. But I mean, we all like playing the game. I think especially. I don't think Obrera plays in the week this Memorial Weekend. Mm-hmm. So this might be the only baseball there is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's people might want to do it. I mean, like I said, if these guys play, I might go out there, maybe shoot some drone footage. I don't know, maybe do some live action shit. Maybe I go back there and umpire.
There we go. And maybe we can call the game.
Yeah. What you want to be the field umpire and I'll be the behind the plate?
I meant broadcasting it. No, I'm not getting out there. I'll stay in the shade.
I don't need to get chewed out by half of those fucking guys over there, right?
Definitely not.
Yeah. It's it's gonna be some hot weather out there, but I mean, you could always watch it from home, Htown Stadium cast. So, however you want to play the game, man. I mean,
yeah.
You go there and
if it's up and running.
Yeah, it's been having some issues there. Yes, I will say that. Yeah, Rhino says that the Obrera is playing this weekend. So
okay.
I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, I don't. It seems to me that they don't ever take a break.
I think they do.
Yeah, maybe on Monday.
I think Mother's
the actual holiday.
No, I think Mother's Day weekend. They think they do, like, 'cause it's lands on a Sunday. So see, Dom said Ramon's gonna go to Mexico to play a team out of town. He's been calling us out, but that way my passport's set up.
Going way out of town.
Oh yeah. Actually, I think Pete's going out of town. Pedro's going out of town too. I believe it's this weekend. He's going to Mexico too. So.
Well, if you're gonna do it, this is the weekend.
For sure.
Can't be doing it when playoffs, roll around.
And it's. I think this is probably the first playoff time we've been where, like, you have a 2-week break. Usually it's like, oh man, like you might even playing 2 games. Like, you might play on a Friday or Thursday because of makeup games. So this season has actually been pretty good that we haven't had to do that. So
a 1 week break.
1 week break. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I thought you said 2.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying yeah. I see what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. Not 2 weekends, but 2
weeks.
2 yeah. 2 work weeks.
2 work weeks to get
without
to
a game. Gotcha.
Yeah. See, Pedro's going to. I can't even say Matehuala. Oh, maybe I did say that. What's up? Oh, Alo, you going to Mexico too? So we're gonna have to see that footage on this TikTok. And then I guess Veteranos is a voluntary. So, hopefully that means that.
Well, I know what voluntary means.
Voluntold.
But it means rest up because you have a big game the weekend after.
Yeah, 2 games probably, right? Yeah. I'm gonna make that shit up, motherfuckers.
All right.
What's up, Tim? Tim with this combined no-hitter. That's
Look
right.
At that.
I don't know if I sent you the screenshot, but I was like, I'm wondering why Tim even left with 88 pitch count. You know what I mean? Like, you could have just finished it yourself.
Well, that's a good point. Maybe saving him for the week after. I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense. But you got to shut out, right? You got to shut out, and then you got to,
Well, maybe he'll answer your question.
And then, yeah, I mean, I thought that was a little odd.
Well, no, you're right. Normally you see, 130, 140 up there.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's just getting warmed up at 80 pitches. He's just dialing it in right now. He's probably trying to bring his maybe second or third pitch into the fucking
working it in the mix.
Yeah. So I thought because there's not that many. You can people don't have that many no hitters, right? So you got a no hitter and a shutout. You know.
See, he respects the runs. They were up by 11.
Yeah.
Why run the risk of getting hurt? You know.
It's true. It's true.
And I think they had a later game, but it's still pretty warm out.
Yeah,
Even when the sun starts going down.
But yeah, man. I mean, I think it's I was surprised, but I don't know. I mean, it's a wasn't against the best team in the league, but still.
Good strategy by Stewart.
Yeah. So let's see. Alo says Bray, Juan, Darwin, Omar, Carlos, Alo just heading out there. So I guess they're heading out to Mexico. That's kind of cool, man. We're playing 3 games. That's what's up, man. Hopefully, better rest on that. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. Rest the arm. I'm just saying, Tim does go 150 some pitches, 80. I mean, even if he went 100, it still wouldn't be a big deal. But
well, when it's not needed, it's not needed, right?
Yeah, it's true. It's true, but I don't know. It's still cool. They got the combined no hitter and.
Well, he says he didn't know he was throwing a no, which most pitchers probably don't, right?
That's Stewart knew.
Well, the pitchers. If you're pitching, most don't even realize that, right?
Yeah, because you're focused on the game.
Yeah.
We
a guy that Justin Alvarado threw a no hitter and didn't even know it till the game was over. Like we had to tell him. So.
Yeah. No, it's.
My question is, had he had known, is he having that conversation with Stewart? No, I'm going to go ahead and stay in.
I guess that's up to Tim to answer.
All right, we'll see if that comes through.
So here's the thing. You're not supposed to talk about the no-hitter, but you want to tell him to stay in. So you get him a look like, no, Tim, you need to finish. We're up by 11, Tim. You need to finish. You know what I mean? So it's.
You should go ahead and finish this one.
Yeah.
I got nobody.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because it's true. Once you talk about it, it's yeah.
You're gonna lose it. Right. It's typically how that goes.
Yeah. Oh shit, we got Alfonso in the house, man. Yes, he listened, man. He said, man, I'm gonna show up because they're gonna talk shit about me. So yeah, I mean, and then so the the playoffs for HBA Saturday are set up, and who do we got? Do we see?
Well, sure. Let's go right to it.
Yeah.
Actually, let's just backtrack.
Okay.
Let's talk about before we get into that. Let's talk about Saturday's games because they were big, right? At least one of them was, which is the first one, the Marlins and the Aviators, right? That's do or die. Whoever wins is going.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially a playoff game right there, keeping your season alive. We got some feedback already?
No, it's motherfucking Dre all of a sudden wants to. You know what? I should put him on the phone. Is he?
Put him on the.
Hey, fool. You're just on. You're on just off the plate, fool. What the
you
fuck
are live, sir. Get it off your chest. Where the hell you been?
Yeah, what the fuck you doing?
Live right now?
Yes, fool.
We're gonna put you on the spot right now.
My bad. Y'all do y'all thing. Tell everybody said, hey, I'm coming back.
Well, when you coming back, everybody wants to know.
Can you send me my logo real quick? I have somebody talking about it right now.
Okay, man. I'll stop my show so I
Love
can
you.
send
Love
it to
you.
you.
Love you.
Later.
Bye.
Bye. I thought it was gonna be something important, but I guess not.
I was hoping it'd be about playoffs, but no.
Nah, he's like,
no mention.
No mention. Hey, man, I'm gonna be there in 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks rest. So,
let's get back to it.
yeah. So
Marlins Aviators.
Yeah,
do
man.
or die, right?
Do or die.
A playoff game. You win, you're in. You're not, you're going home.
yeah, and we've been there. Pirates been there. We've been there, man. We've been the do or die.
Last season before last.
Yeah, I think almost
the
every
season before last. Yeah.
we've been a bunch of seasons. We're just like sitting there, like, come on, man.
That's what happens when you teeter at the brink of 7, 8 seed, right?
Yeah.
You put yourself in that position.
Yep.
Which these two teams found themselves there, and it turned out to be a good game. I watched a little bit. Stadium Cast was working. Wasn't going to go there that early, but it was a good game. Some back and forth. They had it tied. But they came out with a W.
Yeah, the Aviators.
Yes.
Which I don't think a lot of people expected that.
Usually they're the ones losing by 1 run.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah. But, it's anybody's game. Marlins win with Eric. He started 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. 4 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. I mean, they had some key hits. Aviators had some key hits when they needed them.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's what it comes down to, right? I mean, I'm gonna tell you, for me, I get frustrated that I can't sometimes come through when I got people on base. I'll get a base hit when there's nobody on base, and then all I need is a fucking base hit. I'm not trying to do nothing extra. I'm still trying to do the same thing I normally do when I go back. But I'll have the bases loaded or a couple people on scoring position. Come up empty.
Pop it up.
Pop it up, right? Pop it up or whatever. It's frustrating. But that's the key thing, right? Because the pitcher, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make sure that you don't fucking come out with some RBIs. So it's a match between you and the pitcher, and you're trying to beat him and he's trying to beat you. And you know, when you go up there with bases loaded and you ground out, pop out, or you go into a double play to end the fucking inning, hey, he won that match.
Yeah.
Whether he struck you out or not, it doesn't matter. He got you out. He did his job. So,
and that's what Osman was doing, because he threw a complete game. And he plays with us. We know he's a good pitcher. When
really
he's on,
pitcher,
he's
yeah.
on.
Yeah, Osman is a really good pitcher, man.
I mean, he only had 3 strikeouts. They were putting the ball in play.
Good defense,
but
man.
they had defense, yeah. And they out-hit the Marlins 10-6. Both teams charged with 2 errors. So, it came down to hits and a little bit of defense.
Yeah. And you said timely hits, right? You put the hits when there's runners on base, and also, of course, there's those errors, right? If those errors came in, and then at a particular time where there's people on base, and we've been there on that, where we've made those errors in those costly times.
Yeah.
Cost you the game. So it's all timing, man. It's all timing. So
I was watching one inning, and I think Coulter led off with a triple. He did have a triple, yeah. But I didn't.
Not surprised.
I don't think he ever came in to score, if I remember correctly.
Oh, he stopped at third?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
If I remember correctly.
And I think I did watch him run the back. I mean, this dude's flying. Dude's flying, dude. I mean, I think if I remember, it was a stand-up triple, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Look at all these. Well, no, they were all earned. So, both sides were hitting. Just Aviators, they had the pitching and the bats that day.
Yeah.
Or just a little more than your opponent, right? And that's what you do.
That's all you need, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I guess that triple is where Buckaloo hit his face in the fence.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, which hopefully that's all stitched up and looking pretty.
I mean, it's stitched up. I don't know about looking pretty. He might have to grow like a real thick beard.
I did see that. You could see that in the video.
Yeah.
That someone hit the fence and went down. So.
Yeah.
I've done that before. No warning track on that field. It's tough.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Northland. Like, you feel those rocks under you, and hey, I better get my arm out.
So if your outfielder doesn't give you warning, does that mean he doesn't like you?
Either that, or maybe he's trying to track the ball too.
You said 7 stitches. Wow. So.
On your chin?
Yes. That's
a lot.
Small little stitches, then maybe, huh?
Yeah. Or it just happened to be a big gash.
Yeah.
Well, the question is it worth it? Were those 7 stitches worth the win? I would say yes.
Oh yeah. Or you could say, hey, at least you got those 7 stitches weren't for nothing, right? Because you could have the 7 stitches and then lose, and you're like, fuck, man.
That is true.
So at least they got the W, and congratulations. I think this might be the first time in the
playoffs. Appearance.
Yeah, good for them. I mean, we've seen the Aviators improve, and that's what it's about. They've put the pieces together, and Buckaloo has definitely put some pieces together and made some adjustments, man.
He got some guys.
Man.
Next game. Congrats to the Aviators. Next game, Pirates in 45. We knew that was going to be a good game, right? That's a makeup game.
It's a makeup game.
We thought we were going to see Tyler, but we didn't. So
we didn't.
Maybe saving him for the playoffs. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But it doesn't matter because Jerry's good.
Oh heck yeah, man!
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, he pitched most of their
Season.
games. Yeah, most of the season. Yeah. So Jerry's definitely a starter. Jerry's definitely one of their aces. So there's no reason. They're already going into playoff mode, right? So I think there was a strategy there, right? Hey, Pirates are going in. We're going in. The less, some people's mentality is, hey, the less you see my pitcher, the more of an advantage it is to me. Right. So now there's some pitchers, it doesn't matter if you fucking see them, they're gonna fucking, which I think he's one of those, and it doesn't matter if you see him or don't see him, like he's gonna be dominant. But you kind of go, I don't want him to get hurt, save him. We're already in. We don't really, yes, obviously they want to win,
right? But they were gonna hang in that 2 seed regardless.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even if they tied the Redbirds record, because I think the Redbirds gave them their only loss.
Yeah.
Outside of us, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a good game. They made a little comeback, and it was close. I made it fucking close.
That's what they do. I mean, they came back on the Rangers, and they'll hit the ball and they'll put runs up.
Yeah, there was a lot of, I noticed this week, a lot of comebacks, a lot of like, hey, just at the 9th inning, and again, I hate to beat up a dead horse here, but like, we need to keep up with that fucking broadcaster, man, because like,
beat it.
At the Rangers game, right? That was a walk-off. But when you look at the score, I don't think it gives you that impression that it was a walk-off, right? Because the score wasn't up to date.
Yeah.
So nothing better than when I fucking post this fucking video and you got this fucking home run going.
Empty screen,
right? Oh, they had a score, but it wasn't updated. But yes, an empty screen sucks too.
Yeah.
Like if I see an empty screen, I try to just move it up a little bit, crop it out. But it is what it is, and but try to keep up with that, man, because it just makes watching the game more exciting, especially when you're watching it live. You want to know.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
That you want to see.
Yeah. So.
And we had 2 home runs. There was 2 home runs.
Yes, we had.
Raul had a home run, and Chris.
Is he on a 2 game?
Chris has home runs in back-to-back games.
Nice.
That's a good streak to get into.
Oh yeah, man.
Going into the playoffs.
Hopefully
right?
he goes into it. Yeah.
But that's all the stats I have on this game because there's nothing else here, unfortunately.
Yes. Don't remind Stuart. Don't remind Adam. I already got the text like, hey man, where the fuck is this goddamn stats?
Twins beat the Braves 9-5. Hey, we only had 2 pitchers in that game, so it looks like each side threw a complete game.
Wow.
Corey ended up with the W.
Really?
With 102 pitches. Austin Bernard had 131, so it was hot.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really change much in the playoffs.
Because they weren't in the playoffs, right? Both teams. Okay.
No. But like you said, you're there. You want to play well. You want to win.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they were battling. Rangers beat the Avengers 8-7.
Walk-off home run.
Yeah. Bo Gilbo.
Yeah. Oh wow, you said that right. I assume you said that right because it sounded good.
Yeah.
I looked at his name like I have no idea how to say that.
well, if you keep up with the show, I've mentioned his name before.
Okay.
Because he's no stranger to hitting home runs.
So I guess I've never paid attention to you saying his name and
Now I've never heard anybody say his name, but that's what that says to me.
Okay. No, I believe you.
I could be wrong.
I believe you.
That's what it says.
You look like an educated man. I believe you. What's up, Bobby? Yeah, you look like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I also look like I can play baseball too, so you never know. You never know with these things.
You never know, man. Yeah.
So the Rangers, they're in. They keep their 3rd seed. A must-win for the Ironbirds. They were playing the Padres, and they came out and won 13-7.
Yeah.
And they made a statement. It's a game they needed, and boy, did they take it. There was 4 home runs. by the Ironbirds.
Four home runs?
4 home runs total.
Okay.
2 grand slams.
What?
Yes. And Choice, CJ, had two home runs.
Yeah, he had 1 grand slam, which he's I think that's the grand slam that put him over.
No. Andy Garcia had the grand slam that put him over.
Put him over. Okay.
Right.
And then who hit the other home run?
Xavier Crosby.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Put on another mofos.
Yeah. You don't know them? I don't recognize the names either.
I don't either.
So I'm sure somebody's going to keep a close eye on that come 2 weeks.
Hey, well, here's the thing. Sometimes it's like, hey, you didn't have your guys, and you just need enough guys to get you in there.
Yeah.
And you're hoping your originals, come show up. But
that's all you can hope for.
yeah.
Yeah. So they.
Well, at least these guys didn't start any trouble, right?
No trouble. But Padres are in. Ironbirds. They needed that. So now they're in.
So that squeaked them in, right?
Yes, it helps with their seeding. They probably would have gotten in anyway. Just because I think they beat the Marlins, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the head-to-head, but it helps their case.
Okay.
And then the Redbirds shut out the Hellcats, as we talked about, 11-0.
With a combined no-hitter?
With a combined no-hitter, totaling 15 strikeouts and only 2 walks.
But you also said the other team had 15, huh?
So, yeah, that's interesting, too. So the Redbirds had 15 strikeouts. Pitching, right?
Mm-hmm.
They struck out 15 Hellcats, but a Hellcats pitcher struck out 12 Redbirds.
Wow.
Yeah. Ryan Young pitched a complete game. 12 strikeouts, 5 walks. But he gave up 11 hits and 11 runs, so...
Were those earned, I guess? I assume they're earned?
Ooh, good Lord. I see 2 earned runs.
Yeah.
So that's not good. Oh, yeah. 8 errors. No wonder so many unearned runs. Damn,
Yeah.
he pitched a good game. He just had no defense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
that makes me wonder, if you had 11 hits, should some of those have been errors if there's also 8 errors? So if you have 11 hits and they made 8 errors, wow.
In some book, that might be 19 hits.
Right?
Tim says that Ryan Young threw. And it's good to I'm gonna say it's kind of good to see a good pitching duel.
I'd say it was a pitching duel up until
It wasn't.
the 4th inning, maybe.
Gotcha.
Because the Redbirds, they got 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the 4th, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't until the 7th that they put up a 6 spot.
Oh, so it kind of fell apart there, huh?
Yeah.
What's up, Justin? And it just...
he missed his name drop.
Oh, Justin?
Well, yeah, because we talked, when we spoke about
We
not
did.
knowing if you had a no.
Yeah. He messed up. That's probably why he got on.
Hey, man, they're talking about you.
Shit.
Yep. So that was... Oh, no. And then, here's another thing I want to talk about. Cyclones, they got a forfeit from shooters. So they get,
They didn't even show up 9 runs.
Well, I'm assuming, because the shooters forfeited the last 3 games.
Yeah.
So how much does that help the Aviators? Because the Aviators are supposed to play Friday night with the shooters, right? If the shooters show up, the Aviators go and play Friday night. Then they got to turn around and go play a 10 a.m. game on Saturday. They may not win that game. So that was a blessing for them, right? So they didn't have to go out. They could rest and get ready for their 10 a.m. game Saturday morning, right? It might be a different outcome had they played that game.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
So, it's just funny how these things work out.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the shooters just got tired of it.
Well, I mean, I don't blame them, man. They're having a terrible season. They just need to bounce back and do it. Um,
You know, there's one. Wait, we all played each other, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone plays. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to got that win at some point.
Well, here's the thing, Dom. You could use a few shooter games.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. I mean, it just sucks, and you know. But here's the other thing too, man. I mean, I think I've talked about this before. I don't know if I did, but here's another side effect of having a forfeiture game is that if you're you know, chasing something, right? Whether you're chasing home runs, hits, RBIs, or something, that affects you, right? If that was your game, that hey, you need it. I could tell you that I lost the batting title in my first season at the Sunday League because we had the other team forfeited. I was tied up with the guy, and I just needed that one hit. I would have had the batting title.
Okay, so you didn't miss the batting title. You missed the opportunity to perhaps get
100%.
get the batting title.
100%.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
True. Fair enough. I could have went 0 for 4 that day or 0 for 3, whatever. 100%. But I did miss the opportunity. Yes.
Right. Which is really the biggest thing about it. You
Yeah.
need the opportunity to even do it.
Yeah. You got. So that's the other downside, you know, to that. I mean, because, you know, you know. The most important stat is the win for your team, right? That's the most important stat. But then after that, you got the individual, right? Which we'll post here after the season finally ends. We'll post all the final stats. But you know, like there's the pitching stuff and then there's the hitting stuff, and so it's like, and that's what you kind of have. You know, at the end of the day, your team may not be good, but you may be leading stats somewhere on something, you know, on something good.
Yeah, and not only that, but you know, you break it down, and we're paying money per game to play.
Yeah.
And you could almost say that, oh, well, I feel cheated. I was supposed to play 13 games and only played 12.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And let's say you were out of town a game or two, and you're ready to play that
That's
weekend, and nothing.
But here's the other thing too. If you're at the 7-8 seed, you're kind of like, hey, thank you. You just gave me an easy W, right?
Right.
Because not only, like you said, Friday and Saturday, but you get that easy W. Like it's just it just helps you out. And
okay. So not only did they not have to play, but they got a W.
Yeah. It's another win because it puts them in there. Because I think if they would have lost for some reason, lost against the Shooters, give them the first win, boom, it's like
no need to play Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it would have been. Yeah, it would have been done.
Yeah, which I think what we were like. I think last season we were like that opposite. We were supposed to beat the Twins and lose
to the
Cyclones, and it was the other way around. So it's baseball.
Yeah, see, you never know. It's HBA Saturday League. Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
you're gonna go to the game and see what happens.
Yeah.
So we got a game Saturday, but we'll see if folks show up and play Twins and Marlins. Let's preview, shall we?
Yes.
So the only problem about being the 8th seed, actually, so the Ironbirds. Okay, so this is interesting. The Ironbirds dropped to 8 because the Aviators beat the Ironbirds.
Who dropped 8?
The Ironbirds.
Oh, really?
Actually, so they're 8th seed. So really, the Aviators moved up to 7 because they hold a tiebreaker on them.
Oh, okay.
So that's why the Aviators are playing Colt 45s.
Okay.
Right, and the Ironbirds, being 8th seed, are going to play the Redbirds, number 1 seed.
That's going the Birds against the
Battle
Birds.
of the Birds.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. So you look at all these games, right? So Pirates are playing the Rangers. Let's look at that game. Winning the extra innings, we lost by 1 run.
Yeah.
Right? Close game, even game. I suspect it should be something similar.
Hopefully, yeah, very similar, yeah.
Right?
Hopefully different outcome, but very similar.
Yes. The Aviators and Colt 45 in the regular season, that was a good game. 5-2.
Yeah.
It wasn't a blowout, so that's going to be interesting. The Redbirds and the Ironbirds, it was a 2-1 game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember that. Yeah.
So, again, that's a good game. Now, the Padres and the Cyclones, that was a slugfest on both sides. It was 19-15. You could say that's pretty close, but, boy, they were just clobbering the ball that day. The ball was flying everywhere. What I'm saying is these are evenly matched games.
Yeah, and they're gonna be what do you call it, nail biters, right?
Yeah.
That's hopefully what we see is some nail biters there that that we don't know what's gonna happen. So hopefully,
On paper, this looks good.
oh man, it's gonna be awesome. Hopefully, again, everybody make sure that they're got that broadcaster out there and broadcaster app and are updating. That's it. It's hard to keep up with Boston strikes when you're not in there.
So you should clear your schedule that day, even after the game, because after our game, we got the Aviators and the 45s.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at the.
Or do you travel to Mall and watch the Redbirds and Arbirds?
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so much good baseball to watch. Cause I was talking to Alfonso earlier. We were messaging back and forth. And he's like, "Dude, I'm gonna go to here, and then I'm gonna go." Baseball, man, that weekend. So
I think I'll stick to Northland. They have better seating, and there's a concession stand.
Little concession stand. That's true.
If she doesn't gripe at us. No more cussing there because you will get yelled at.
Can you imagine?
Or you get thrown off the field.
Can you imagine how? Maybe not for you, but when we broadcast the home run derby there, it's going to be a very interesting show because I'm gonna have to be real censored. I'm gonna have to make up some words.
We'll bring the beep button.
Right, beep. I gotta look into that.
Yeah.
I gotta look into the little beep.
Well, actually, it's not gonna be. It's going to be transmitted out. You can't beep that. You can beep the mic, but you can't beep what it's gonna be hearing.
That's true.
You know what's funny to me is they're more worried about the out in the woods back there.
No shit.
And the fires they're starting. Like, I feel like you should divert your attention to that.
Right? They're worried about the wrong thing. Everybody's like, fuck Northern Christian.
I don't even want to park there. I mean, because you're right at the trail, the entrance of a trail where someone's going to walk out and then your truck's right there.
Which I've never seen anybody. But you've seen bums in back there? I mean,
I've seen a few, yeah.
Okay. I've never seen any. I've only heard stories.
Well, that one game we played there, I don't know if you were there, but
you could smell the smoke from
somebody started a fire back there.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah,
but I just never personally seen it. So,
well, every time I look, there's just more and more trash and furniture. Like somebody's really setting up shop. We'll see what happens.
But it's gonna be some good baseball 2 weeks from now,
for sure,
or whatever. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. However you want to say that.
Sunday League. So 365 didn't play. But you guys got to play because all the games were moved to Spring Spirit.
Yep. Who did they play? Does any naturals in here? Who did you guys play from Coastal?
Must have been a close game.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at the box score, actually no more runs were scored after the fifth, but it's still a one-run game.
Well, I wonder if Corey pitched that one.
No, he did not. Well, he pitched on Saturday.
Homeless citizens. They're not bums, so.
Well, I said vagabond. You used the bum phrase.
But isn't that what it comes from? Vagabond? Vagabum?
Well, I don't know.
I'm gonna say on the show that's where it came from.
Okay. Well, financially challenged. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one. Financially challenged. Let's see how many bums.
Or maybe they're just saving their money. Let me stay back there.
They're avoiding the government.
You know, if you work in those office buildings right there and you're staying there, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Oh man.
Yard Goats beat the Bobcats 7-3, and I imagine there was a home run. Let's see. Yard Goats, Chase, Flickinger. Samir Khatri.
Once again, I'm no surprise there. When he hit me up with the video, I'm like, I don't have the video. But, yeah, I'm not surprised there, man. I mean, that dude's just on fire, man. It just...
Well, it doesn't matter how many home runs you hit. I guess Yard Goats tend to hit more. At least when you're playing them.
Yeah.
So the Aces beat the Cyclones 11-4.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Good for them, but
What
terrible for the
is
Cyclones.
going on? No home runs, but 5 errors.
Wow.
That says a lot.
On the
Holy
Cyclone
cow! The Aces had 20 hits. You guys only had 6.
Wow. Damn.
That's a lot of hits.
Heck
And errors. Wow. 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the fourth.
And that was at Spring Spirit, too.
Yeah. I must have been hitting the ball all over the place. That's it for Sunday League. I know that there's still 2 more weeks to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, two more games, and then...
Which is kind of good. The playoffs don't coincide with the others.
Yeah, I think it does help a little bit, because there's a lot of people that play in both leagues. The other thing too is let's see, so veterans we played on Saturday. I don't got the scores, but I could tell you the game that I was at. There were some fireworks. So you have to.
The game you were at?
Yeah, the game I was at.
On Sunday?
Saturday with the Veterans League.
Okay, so after our game,
Yeah.
you guys went over there.
Yeah, we went over there, and
You weren't full from the brownies?
no, I was reading through my feelings, I think, when I went over there, and trying to burn it off, you know. And what's up, Hector? And you know, there's an umpire over there, man, that is a character. I don't know why, I just really like, I find him interesting. You may not understand, you're obviously not gonna understand what he's saying, but it doesn't matter. He the way he is just, I don't know, I find him fascinating. I don't know what it is. I feel like if I write a book, like, he's gonna be a character in my book right there, because he's just an interesting character. When I get my GoPro working again, which I'm supposed to hopefully tomorrow be able to send it back to GoPro, get it fixed. Thanks, Pete, for the extra $20 there just to get my GoPro fixed. You got the the interesting umpire, right? And we were playing the Thunder. There's a Veterans League Thunder now, okay, which is managed by Carlos.
All
right, and so we're playing against
all his 40 and up guys.
Yes. Now, not some of his 40 and up guys actually play with us, Aztecas, because there's a split. Think of it as a corporation, right? You split. And so Carlos has his team, which Andre Baby plays on there. Guy, I don't know his last name, Koenig. Is that his last name?
Maybe.
Okay, I can't pronounce his last name, but everybody knows Guy. Yeah. I mean, Guy plays like a fucking 20 fucking leagues and shit, right? I mean, if you go to a fucking tournament, chances are you're gonna see him there. By the way, he has a beautiful fucking Corvette. Like, I'm sitting there a second going, man, whose fucking Corvette is that? And I go, why didn't I think it was fucking Guy's fucking car? But as I'm leaving, he pulls up next to me, hey, what's up? I was like, hey, fucker, what's up? Beautiful car. But anyways,
no girl inside?
No girl inside.
Probably on his own time.
probably gonna go pick one after
Right.
that.
Well, that's why you have the car.
Yeah. But it's funny because funny enough as I go the whole time, for whatever reason, I'm thinking about, hey, if I had, I don't know that I'd bring a Corvette to the baseball game, but if I did, how could I fit my equipment? So right before he left, I said, hey man, where do you keep your shit at? Like, is it in the frunk? I guess they call it the frunk. And
Because it's a mid-engine car,
yeah,
right?
mid-engine car. I'm like, so he's like, no, well, you could put a bag in the back, and then you could put just a couple things in the front. And he goes, but catcher's gear. He goes, you're not gonna get it in there. So anyways, in the game, and I kind of slept on this. The guys were giving me a hard time, but I should have had, if I had my GoPro going, we would have had it. But there was some fireworks at that game because there's some history there between both teams, and I've never seen Papi Chicken this pissed ever. Like this dude was gonna beat up on this guy. I thought there was gonna be a brawl on the field, and because the our pitcher he's a feisty pitcher. He's not gonna guy that's gonna lay down. He's old school. Like if you do something to him, he's probably gonna throw at you. He's that guy. He's that guy. And he was getting into it with Carlos, and he hit Carlos. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but he hit Carlos on the first at bat. And then they started exchanging words because Carlos was saying something to him, and and then this other guy started talking some shit, and then Pedro came out and was like, "Motherfucker!" And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "I'm on, man. This is about to get beat up." And I've never seen. Of course, I made fun of Pedro. I said the only reason you're acting like that because you saw Jimmy walking up. That's the only reason you act, because Jimmy had just left his Padres game, to come face the Thunder, help us face the Thunder, which
is interesting to me.
That's what I'm saying, because
seems like he's been a lifelong Thunder.
Yes, like I said, there's a lot of Thunder on the Aztecas, so it's a weird corporation breakup.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like it just weaves in and out of those two teams.
It does, because
thread's still there.
Because you got who the Aztecas play with on Saturday, and then you got who the Aztecas play, or some of those guys play on Thunder during the week, HHL. So it was a good game. I mean, we ruled them. I don't know if you want to. I mean, it's good, but the outcome we were looking for. The outcome we were looking for, right?
Okay.
So
good in your eyes.
Yeah, good in my eyes.
All
but
right.
It's
And what is the run rule in that league?
I don't know. It was 9-1, so
Okay.
8 after something.
8 after 4 or 5.
Yeah, something. Juan can tell me what that is. I'm not sure what it was, or Pedro can say what the run rule is in there. But we run ruled them, and but I like it because it was competitive. I mean, Carlos is competitive. It's when I play him, it's like, now it's kind of funny. He's like almost like if you've ever played against Choice, right? Like you could be friends off the field, but when you're against each other, it's a different guy. He's not gonna be friendly with you. So, which is good. Which is 8 after 7 or 12 after 5. So but it was good. I mean, other than that, wheel articulation. And then here's the thing: the umpire kicked that dude out. It's like, hey, get out. You got
So someone must have talked to Carlos, asked him questions during the game when he was losing badly. That's probably what happened, and that's what set him off.
Well, Carlos didn't get kicked out.
But he was saying something, obviously.
Well, to be fair, he got hit, right? So he's
right
in his head. He's thinking, "Hey, did you do that on purpose or not?" Right? And then he kept yelling something, and the pitcher, our pitcher thought that maybe he was yelling code because that's second base. So is he telling the pitcher? Is he telling this batter what pitch is coming? I don't know. But whether he was or he was just pretending to do it, either way, it got in the pitcher's head.
Yeah.
So I found
you could say that about anything. Like if there's a guy at second and you do anything, you could take it as he's still on a sign, right?
I mean, I've been confused a bunch of times when I just adjust my hat. They're like, "Hey, man, he's fucking giving signs out," and I'm not. That's not the way I play. But
or you can say anything, like you're good, right? Well, that can mean something.
Well, no. What's funny? You know what he kept saying? Quick pitch. I think this is what he was saying, which didn't say curveball or nothing. But you could take quick pitch as a code for something else, right?
Yeah.
But the other thing too is interesting enough. I had saw in the MLB that the Dodgers, Ken Kershaw, the guy was at second and he balked on purpose. He dropped the ball on purpose so that the guy wouldn't be behind him because they don't have the electronic stuff. And they said that on TV, like, hey, he balked on purpose to move the guy in third, which I thought was kind of weird. I'm like, so you're gonna move him 90 feet closer, wild pitch, he's home?
That was probably one of those games they were up 10-1.
Yeah, good point.
Because they've been winning by a wide margin here lately.
Because I thought it was weird. I'm like, man, you moved him over to third, but that's a good point. But so I thought that was very interesting tactic. I don't know if you're ever gonna see that in HBA, but. Or any of these men leagues to drop the ball on purpose to move the guy over, but
depends on the score, I guess.
Yeah, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Now we have seen a version of that, right, where the guy's pitching from the windup, and he doesn't give a fuck what you do.
Yeah, yep.
So
where does the interesting umpire fit in? He kicked the guy out.
Yeah, he kicked the guy out, but you got to see him, man. One day you got to come out and just watch him, and he's very animated. You come up to the plate with your shirt untucked. He's gonna get tucked.
Okay.
He's the same umpire that checked that guy like 20 times for substance on his shirt, to the point where the dude just took off his shirt and said, "Fuck it, I'm not." I mean, he had an undershirt, but he was like, "Fuck it, I'm not wearing my jersey." So, but he's just I think a fascinating umpire. So, in that league, whether you love him or hate him, which everybody has their opinion about their umpires, but. I don't know why I'm intrigued by him. Like, I think it's fucking funny.
Well, he's got his rules, so you got to know what to do when he's there for the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was Veterans League. I'm not sure how the rest of the other scores went. Maybe Juan can chime in, but yeah, that was good for Saturday. I'm sorry, that was Saturday. So you said 365 didn't play.
Did not play. Yeah, everything was postponed.
And I didn't hear anything from the Oretta League or anything. So,
right. Well, we do have some scores from 30 and up.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
Last Wednesday, the Goodfellas played JS Texas, and they won 11-2.
Who beat JS Texas?
The Goodfellas did.
Oh, that's right. They got the revenge. I wasn't there.
That's right. You were not there.
Got the revenge.
They had some plans of some sort.
Some sort.
Yeah, it was a hit parade. 19 hits for the Goodfellas. 3 hits for JS Texas.
Yeah.
Osman, he threw a good game.
Yeah.
Yep. And Eddie came in. So they split it. We played 9 innings. Played a complete game.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Osman had 4 innings. I'm sorry. Osman had 5 innings. Eddie had 4. Yep. But those are not easy hits. Ulysses started. He's good. He's crafty, right?
He's a gambler.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on the tournament team gamblers.
And
he's a good pitcher.
And
he plays on the Padres.
Yes, he does. And he pitched Saturday.
Oh, he did? Okay.
He did. Didn't go too well, but...
Didn't seem like it. I think Chris pitched too.
Yes, pitched. He came in.
Yeah.
I think they both gave up home runs. Yeah.
They were just seeing the ball too good, man.
Yeah, you can do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Darwin came in. That guy throws hard. He's good.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think he's a Ramon, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But yeah, he had 6 strikeouts, 0 walks. Yeah. But he gave up 7 hits. But he was good. Yeah. If you weren't watching the ball, you didn't have a chance. It was a good win. No home runs. Then again, it's hard to hit home runs over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually funny you bring that up. So, let's see what people out there think. But, you get guys that haven't played in the league, and, if there's guys in here that hit home runs, they can chime in. But, people who haven't played in the league, obviously, when they see Memorial Ashford Little League, they talk shit, right? And it's the same thing like Schwartz. Schwartz has a deep center. I think a fairly good right field. Left field's short, right? Short. But nobody's scraping the walls. I mean, they're launching the fucking ball.
Yep.
You know, so
Raul's home run hit the road.
hit the road, and that's my point,
Yeah.
right? And that's sort of my point is that people see this and they go, oh well, yeah, you're playing on a small field, but no, dude, these fucking runs go. And here's the thing. You know, there's very few guys that you can give them BP pitches that are going to hit it over every single time. You know, maybe Raul, DeSilvani, Trey, a bunch of guys, right? CJ, a bunch of these guys out there that you can probably throw some BP pitches and then hit it over. But most guys, even though they're going to talk their shit and say, hey, I can't, it's a short field, I ain't going to hit it over.
Yeah.
Because you got to square it up and you got to put it out there. So, I think it makes it exciting, man. I mean, look, fucking the Astros play on a fucking 300-foot, 320, 310 or whatever left field.
Well, it's funny you mention that because have you seen the yard or the foot markers at Mall?
No.
Because they're there. And it's like 314 to left.
To left, which is...
Yeah, and it's 1 yard closer to right, and I think it's 340 center.
Yeah.
So those are new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a good field, 315, right? I mean, 330. What 330 is an average, I guess, or something. Or what do you think? What do you think Northland is?
Oh man, that's probably closer to 360,
Left.
70. Oh no, left. That's probably 320.
320, right?
Yeah, 330 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but for some reason, I think, and CJ's had a couple of them out there, but if you can hit them out there, I mean, like that. I forget the Rangers. What's the Rangers guy's name? Bo, what's his name?
Bo Gilbo.
Yeah. I mean, very few people can hit home runs in that park. I don't really think it's because of the distance. Because I think enough guys have hit that distance. I think it's something in the fucking air. Where the air's thicker or the fucking wind's blowing. I don't know. Dude.
Well, or the lack of wind, right? Because you got that tree line, right? And that faces, like if the wind was cutting across to left, it's not going to go because of that tree line in that building.
Good point.
Right? So it's probably the lack thereof. If anything, you'd be better off hitting lefty and pulling it because you might get wind from the other side.
So I want to go oppo, right?
Just a thought.
Gotta hit late, man. I gotta hit late. You gotta let the ball travel. Let the ball travel. No, you don't hit late. You let the ball travel.
Right. Good luck with that.
I think when Tim's pitching, I have no choice but to let the ball travel.
Yeah. Or you just think you're hitting it on time, and it just happens to be, a foot or so back.
Right.
Whatever works for you.
Right. I agree. Let the ball travel, man. Let the ball travel.
Panthers beat the Diablos 9-6. Also last Wednesday. There was a game on Thursday. Thunder beat the Pelicans. Hey, they got in the win column. No home runs. No stats for the Pelicans. And then we go to Friday. There was 2 games. Did we play Friday? No. The Armadillos beat the Sultanes 16-15.
Wait a minute. Say that one more time? Say that one more time. I don't think I
heard it right.
Hold on.
You heard it right.
Let me adjust my speaker. Go ahead. I just adjusted my headphones.
The Armadillos beat the Sultanes 16-15.
Pete, never look me in the face again. Pete Jimenez, never look me in the face again, okay? Don't ever look my direction ever again. But congratulations to the fucking Armadillos, man. See, they're making adjustments, and this is what's beautiful about this HHL league too. Is like, I mean, anybody could beat anybody. I mean, you got.
Well, they're not the same, right? I know you weren't there the second time we played them. They're a different team. They got different guys, and it was much more competitive.
Good.
Yeah.
So they're missing guys? Like, they didn't have the same caliber? Is that what you're saying?
As the first game we played them? No, they didn't.
Ah, got you.
I'm not saying, they got better. Key guys in key spots makes of a more competitive game.
It does. It does. So that's 2 wins for the Armadillos. That's good for them, man. I'm glad. Because here's the thing, when we've seen when you got teams that get wiped out that don't win, they don't return. The team breaks up. Except for us, we kept on going. I don't know if we ever had a 0 season, but no, we didn't have zero. We had bad seasons, but we didn't have 0 seasons. But I'm glad Tim's made his adjustments and got better caliber people, and you know, hopefully they keep going, man. I mean, shoot, everybody makes playoffs. They may be the fucking ones that win it all.
Could be. And, you know, I really wish I could look at a box score here, but, you know, I've got nothing. So who knows how that game went? We don't know.
But all we know is that they won.
That's all we know.
That's all we know, man.
I'm looking for a story here, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
JS Texas beat the Diablos 15-10. No home runs. But I see Pedro's name in here a lot. 2 RBIs, double.
Poppy Chicken? or Pedro Rivera?
Poppy Chicken. No, because there's no Diablo stats.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be... Oh, there was a game Monday. Maybe. Was there a game Monday? No, there couldn't have been. Yeah, okay, so the Armadillos were supposed to play the Panthers yesterday. Didn't happen. We were supposed to play the Diablos tonight, and that didn't happen.
Nope.
So, we'll see.
We decided not to go and do the show, right?
That's right. Not going to cancel. You may cancel baseball, you're not going to cancel us.
Yeah.
We'll let the ratings determine that.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's crazy, man. I think, but it's weird, man. I really just, it gets me mad because it rained just enough to fuck some shit up. Just like it did Sunday. I mean, or Saturday, I think it rained Saturday night or something, or Sunday morning. It rained just enough to fuck some shit up.
Yeah.
You know? Not enough to, like, you know, like, because here's the thing. There's nothing worse than, like, looking outside and going, man, the fucking sun's out. Like, I want to play. And, like, nope.
Sunday, that's how it was. It wasn't like that at 8 a.m., but it was like that, you know, 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah. It's amazing, like, just enough to say, fuck you guys.
We had a 10 a.m. game, and but it was really nice to get the rain out at 8 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Games rained out. Okay. Not getting out of bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of getting suited up, going out there.
And
usually you're the guinea pig on the first game of the day.
We're watching 10 a.m. game. Like, if you guys get to play, then we're probably going to get to play.
Yeah.
So, and you guys are still undefeated, huh?
That is correct.
Damn, the pressure's on. You guys going to be able to make it all the way through? I mean, you got the whole fucking league going.
I don't see why not.
It's going to be interesting.
But I mean, if the Hurricane can do it, I mean, it can be done, right?
Goddamn Hurricane. Go eat. Let's do 40 and up. This motherfucker's goddamn, dude.
Yeah, I'll look at 40. So let me just go through the rankings, or the standings for 30 and up. So we got the Panthers in first, 8-3. JS Texas,
really?
Yeah.
Panthers 8-3. They started off kind of bad, and they just keep losing, huh?
30 and up.
Yeah, no.
They started out bad?
I thought they did, but maybe I got it mixed up with 40. I thought they started out bad, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. JS Texas, they're 8-3 also, but they have a tie. Sultana 6-4, Pelicans 5-6, Thunder 5-6, Goodfellas 5-6. Look at that three-way tie for fourth. Diablos 4-7, Armadillos 2-8. Hey, but everybody makes the playoffs, so whatever.
Everybody makes the playoffs.
40 and up. Hurricanes, they're probably what? 13-1. Yeah. Do you know what second place is?
Angels?
6-8.
Shit.
The second place team is under 500. How the hell is that even possible?
You know what, dude? I almost.
No one is only 4 teams in this league.
You know what it is, dude? I almost want to play one game, but it's got to be against the Hurricanes. I want to play them.
Let's give Dale a call.
Right?
The Panthers are 5-10.
That's it, dude. Touchdown. Yeah, man.
Okay, we're 40. We can do it.
We could do it, man. We're just a tad over 40. Well, you're 42, right? 43 or 40? Were you 41?
41.
Yeah, so it must be on 40. See? She knows. She knows how to talk to me.
They're 7-0. Oh, but they have one tie in the 35 and up.
Oh, okay. The tie Angels?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
No, they tied the Expos.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were 4-3.
Man.
Cyclones are 4-3. Dean's still hanging on. 2-6 Astros. Marauders, hey, they're 1-6. They gotta win.
Man, they're struggling.
Yep, and I mean that's pretty much it. 55 and up. I don't know any of these teams.
Shoot, 55. Man.
There's the Skeeters,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
6-1.
Okay.
They're leading the pack.
Skeeters,
Stars are 5-1. Tigers 5-1. Hombres 2-5. Diablos 2-5. I guess that's the same Diablos. Is that the same Diablos?
I don't think so.
Looks like the same logo. Colt 45 2-5, and Cardinals are 2-6. Oh, let's see what Ballard's team's doing.
Who's he play with? Roughnecks?
The Roughnecks. They are in third, 5-4. Actually, that isn't bad because the first place team is 5-1. Second place Bears are 5-2. Roughnecks 5-4. Desperados 4-4, and the Outcasts are 0-8. That all seems the same.
Right. I gotta go check out that game one day.
Yeah, one day. I think they play in the Meyer Park.
Meyer Park, yeah. I need to go out there.
I've never been out there. I mean, it sounds like Joe uses it a lot.
They do. It's one of the main fields.
Okay.
It's an HHL staple.
But it didn't used to be, right?
No. He just made it a thing.
Okay.
Just made it a thing, but
So it's a recent acquisition.
it is.
Yeah, maybe we should check it out.
Which I still haven't heard back from Anderson. Stewart was supposed to get with Matt Wolf. I guess I found out Matt Wolf works for the city of Houston. So I was like, well, shit, hit him up. See what the hell they're going to do with Anderson Park. So, because the last thing I heard, or last rumor, was that they are going to keep the baseball field, but it looks like a private organization picked it up. So you know what the fuck that means. That means that, yeah, they picked it up and we're not going to be able to touch it.
Unless we pay a lot more money.
Yeah, so.
All right.
Yeah. Is that everything?
That's all I see.
Okay, so as soon as the Marlins game's up this weekend, whether they play or not, and then I'll do the leaderboard, and then for sure next week I'll have the matchups to see. Well, people can chime in who thinks is gonna win the.
Oh, you're gonna have the meter up?
The meter up, yeah. I haven't been doing enough.
Polls?
The polls, I haven't done enough in a while, so people have been kind of like, hey man, what's up with the polls? I'm like, man, some motherfuckers polls take some time to fucking make, motherfuckers. I just haven't had time to
What do you want? You want home runs or polls?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I've actually been mixing in some defense, so people have been sending me some. Earlier, because I knew I was gonna get some shit over it. You know that. You know, it's always interesting when, you know, losing teams can make good plays, right?
Sure.
Fair enough, right? But it's when you lose,
anybody can make a good play.
And right, it doesn't matter when you decide to lose side, but when a losing team makes it, you're kind of like, hey man, like why are you even worried about that play when in reality you lost? So what's the big deal?
It makes you feel good.
I guess, is that what it is?
It makes you have a little more pep in your step when you wake up the next day.
It's because you're just off the plate, right? Hey, man,
it.
I got featured.
And it's winning personal battles, right? It's like, hey, we didn't have a good season, but I did my part. I made my plays and then some.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you, right?
I personally do. I
Yeah.
mean, there's games where we don't do so well, but if I did good play, I'm posting it up, man.
So that way you can say, hey, it wasn't me.
As you can see by my kick-ass plays, it wasn't me.
Look at me. I didn't lose this game.
Oh man, that's a good point, right? It wasn't me. You can see it.
Right,
You can see from this highlight reel, it wasn't me.
If you're on that bad of a team, then that's when you start being a little selfish.
But it's like, look at what happened Saturday, right? We turned out kick-ass. Oh, I think it wasn't kick-ass. It was a good double play, right? Standard double play, right? Third to second to first, right? So
That's a 5-4.
I was trying to. I was like, man, I was trying to put that through my head what that was, and even though I do know the numbers and how they go, if you were to quiz me on a piece of paper, I would go. But to say it to you right now, I couldn't do it. What'd you say it was?
5-4-3.
5-4. I think that the to me, great play. Hey, Mono, great job, everybody, good job. Next batter, foreign batter, fucking error, and like, oh, fuck you, you suck, you fucking get the fuck off this field.
And that might have been the very next pitch.
Was it?
It could have been because
No, because he hit one over second that took a weird bounce, almost in my face.
Oh, okay.
I was reaching for it, and it came back and almost in my face. I kind of ducked, which I don't consider that an error, right? And then the second one, yeah, I agree, that was an error. That's when I went down. I'm like, all right.
Oh, I didn't think there was a guy on base when you made that error.
The second time, yeah, because that's why I stayed back.
Okay.
I didn't run because my play wasn't going to be at first. I was like, if I get it here, I'll just pitch it second.
Gotcha.
But didn't work out that way. I just made it a little more interesting for Raul. Of course, I hate when I make errors with Raul because he looks at me like a disappointed dad.
Well, I may have jinxed it because I said, hey, we're finally getting Raul some good defense.
Yeah, no shit.
Right, we got 2 outs, so we're out of this.
Yeah, no shit.
What was it? 2 errors? Okay, well, no, it was 1 error, and then
I feel like it was 1 error, but it just depends.
And the misplay, which could have been a hit, sure.
Because it was hit up the middle, and I was ranging for it. I was expected to, when I was reaching out like this, to bounce this way, motherfucker bounce this way.
Right.
Oh shit.
And if there's a team that you don't want to do that to, it's a team like the 45s.
Oh yeah, man. You're giving them momentum.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't down that much.
Tie and run, you said, was at the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You brought the tie and run to the plate on defense.
Yep.
We had a really great play in that game. I failed to mention it. Jerry tried to score. That would have been the tying run, and we threw him out.
Relay, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
From right, short.
Were you playing?
7-6-2.
Yeah, that was a good relay.
Yeah.
And we got him by a lot.
A couple steps. It was close.
Yeah, but it wasn't. But that's when you do what you're supposed to, hit your cutoffs and everything that goes along with it. You make your throws where you're supposed to. It looks good. We look professional.
Yeah. But you have to run in his situation. I mean,
you do.
We all would have. Yeah.
No. It
was the right move because hey, you got to force these guys to make the play.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm the tie and run. I may not get another chance to come in.
Because at this point, we are amateur baseball players. The chances of us making 2 consecutive good throws, right? Because it coming from the outfield to cut off to home plate, right?
Yeah.
Those are two good throws. If you make those 2 good throws, you're gonna get me. If you don't, if you fumble the ball,
2 throws and 2 catches.
Yep, and it worked out.
Yeah.
So, I think that that worked out good. It's not talked about enough sometimes. I mean, it's a good execution.
Yeah.
Very good execution. So
that's what keeps you in ball games. That's what
we've seen this a lot of games, right, where these guys have scored like a shitload of runs off of 2 outs.
Yeah.
I mean, we've scored a lot of runs off of 2 outs.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, so yeah, man. I mean, it got a little dicey right at the end, So, but we came through, and we rest this weekend, and then we go next weekend.
That's it.
So, okay. Anything else?
I'm tapped out.
I'm tapped out too, man. So, looks like the Stros won.
They did.
The Pirates won. So, I guess we'll see you guys next weekend.
It's a good week.
Yeah. All right.
Rest up. Good night.
Good night.